The Texas Senate reconvened this morning to vote on the redistricting bill, but as of now, we're still waiting on a vote to take place. Coming up, we'll show you the latest information and what this fallout could be from this bill. And some neighbors in Beeville have been without water for over a week, and the owners are nowhere to be found. We'll show you all the details next. Chris 6 News at 5 starts right now. Well, good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. The battle over redistricting continues in Austin. The Senate is still debating right now. Earlier this week, the bill made its way through the State House and is now expected to pass the Senate soon. There is already some fallout taking place from the redistricting as Lloyd Doggett, a Democratic congressman representing a district that currently spans from Austin to San Antonio, says he won't be seeking re-election if this new map is upheld in the courts. The new map would give him and face off against Representative Greg Castor for the seat. We will keep you updated right here on Chris 6 with the latest information on the redistricting efforts. Now, in response to the redistricting in Texas, California is now taking steps towards redistricting their state too. The state's legislature has approved a special election this fall to allow them to gerrymander the state's congressional map. Typically, California has their state lines decided by an independent commission, but this would bypass that. Political analysts say California could change up to 5 seats from safe Republican to safe Democrat. And redistricting isn't the only thing lawmakers are discussing this week in Austin. They're taking action in the wake of the historic floods in the Texas Hill Country earlier this summer. Scripps News Group investigative correspondent Patrick Terpstra reports.
137 people died during the July 4th flooding in Texas. Lawmakers in the state are now taking action to try to make sure that that staggering level of loss never occurs again. As we learned when we reported from there weeks ago, the community knew the threat was real, but no one expected the Guadalupe River could rise to dangerous levels without warning, washing away RV parks and campgrounds. We found Kerr County, Texas, where the worst flooding occurred, had deferred installing a flood warning system. Texas lawmakers are now meeting in a special session to consider legislation that would mandate outdoor sirens in flood-prone areas, also give counties more power to regulate flood areas and study the cost of developing more flood infrastructure as Texas braces for more disasters like this in the future.
It is becoming very, very disturbing with homes that have never flooded in 50 or 75 years. We had the wettest July ever in my county last month. 20 inches of rain. Homes that have never flooded are now flooding due to upstream development.
Many of the bills the legislature is now considering would establish new safety standards for youth camps, including no new licenses for campgrounds located in flood-prone areas, also weather radios at all campgrounds, and 2 internet lines for redundancy during an emergency, and escape hatches on the roofs of cabins near rivers. And anytime there is a flash flood warning ever again, a requirement that campers should be evacuated. Patrick Terpstra, Scripps News Group, Washington.
All right, thank you so much, Patrick. In 2 years today, Tropical Storm Harold made landfall on Padre Island. The storm brought strong winds, but was most known for the record rainfall it delivered to Corpus Christi, which reported 5.25 inches in total from the storm, and a single-day record of 4.74 inches in Corpus Christi and 6.98 inches of rain near Orange Grove. And there were also 2 EF0 tornadoes in Live Oak and Jim Wells County. And it just feels like that happened yesterday, a lot of rain, but let's go ahead and toss it over to meteorologist Stephanie Lauber because we have some rain right now.
Yes, and I would love totals around 5 inches, 7 inches of rainfall, but unfortunately, looks like we're going to get a little bit less today, a bit less today. But folks on the south side, yeah, you had some rainfall today. It was a nice sight. A lot of the rain today has been focused further south in the valley, but we're starting to see more of that bubble up in our northern neighborhoods too. Remember, we're in an unsettled pattern. A lot of this has been forming later in the afternoon, early evening time frame. So pausing the radar, we still have some showers in southern Brooks and Clayburgh counties, down by Kennedy County, where earlier there was actually a severe thunderstorm near Armstrong. So that was short-lived. This rain in general has not been very sporty, but has come down in buckets at times. This rainfall has been a bit heavy. We do have a good downpour kind of on that Brooks-Kennedy line right here to the east of Falfurrias and to the west of Riviera. So if you're traveling along to take that cutaway to 281, you can expect some showers that way. But also in our northern and eastern neighborhoods near Copano Bay, just to the eastern part of Refugio County. Showers have basically been teasing our neighbors out in Refugio and staying just to the east, but there are some good downpours that are interacting with the I-35 corridor there. Pretty quiet in Live Oak and B counties so far today, but I'm tracking more rainfall to come, not just this evening, but what we could be seeing into our weekend. I'll break it all down for you and tell you when to expect the showers in your neighborhood ahead.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. And we received a concerning message from a tenant at the Bee Point Apartments in Beeville stating they've been without water for over a week. Neighborhood News reporter Adam Beam got a look at the apartments for himself, and residents have in fact been left high and dry. The water bill has not been paid, and the city and the tenants and Adam himself have attempted to contact the California-based ownership group and were sent straight to voicemail.
Thank you for. And it's hard. I mean, how do we flush the toilet? How do we take a shower? How do we wash our dishes? How do we, do our everyday essential needs?
Well, Adam Beam will have more information on this investigation tonight at 6. And back to statewide news, Uvalde school officials are withholding emails related to Robb Elementary shooting despite a judge's order for them to be released. The emails include a warning by the principal that classroom doors could not be locked, as well as a district official asking for a settlement offer from the school police chief, who would later be fired. Well, in international news, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said today that Russia is doing everything they can to stop a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin from taking place. He also urged Western nations to put sanctions on Russia if they show no interest in peace. He continued on saying that Ukraine's security guarantees should be similar to NATO's Article 5. Russia's top diplomat also spoke today, stating that there is currently no meeting in place. However, Putin is ready to meet with Zelensky for a summit when an agenda is set. Well, sticking with the war in Eastern Europe, Zelensky has also stated that any peace deal must include returning abducted Ukrainian children. First Lady brought the issue into focus during Trump's summit with Putin last week. There have been roughly 20,000 cases of children separated or abducted from their parents since the start of the war. And we're still a couple of months away from flu season, but the flu shots are already available. The CDC recommends vaccines with single-dose formulations that are free of the MRSA. There are also concerns about the leading to birth defects, but there is no clear evidence to show that the FDA has also approved Flublok, a vaccine that is egg-free for anyone 9 years or older.
This barrier and field behind me might just seem like dirt and grass. I'm Tony Jaramillo on the south side, telling you why cyclists and pedestrians care about what's to come.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
If you enjoy riding bikes or taking walks, your ride could end right here. I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter on the south side, looking at a project designed to turn grass into a path to help some have a better quality of life.
It's a piece of the bigger puzzle.
Melanie Salinas is an avid cyclist. Salinas is also the owner of Hype Bike, a bike shop downtown. She's ecstatic after the city announced they are extending an existing bike path from Mary Carroll High School to right here on Carroll Lane.
Putting all the pieces together and making it an entire network of safely commuting from the south side of Corpus to the far north side of Corpus.
So how did the city do it? They authorized agreements with TxDOT during Tuesday's city council meeting to secure federal funding for this 10-foot multi-use path. The price tag comes at a discount. The city will only pay 20% of total costs after being reimbursed 80% of it. A similar project is taking place on the island. The city will install 5-foot wide sidewalks, curb ramps, and more between Gypsy Street and Park Road 22. I caught up with the jogger on Encantada Street who shared his thoughts on the project.
Yeah, I think it'd be huge, especially just there's a lot of kids riding bikes around here.
Seashore Learning Center safety officer Gabriel Fernandez says this is a win for safety at his school.
Because there's really no sidewalks for the children to get to and from school, they're forced into the road. And then when we have parents and people parking on the side of the road, it forces the children actually to ride their bicycles, their electronic scooters, everything into the road.
These two areas aren't the only ones getting upgrades. Click on christv.com to find out about other areas scheduled for upgrades. On the south side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
All right, Tony, thank you. Now it is time to look at the rush hour here in the Coastal Bend. So let's go ahead and turn things over to Stephanie Lauber for a look at traffic this evening. What should neighbors be aware about?
Well, the usual slow spots, yeah. They're slow, but no major issues to really talk about. This is a view from SPID. This is our Clausen's music camera, and we're running pretty smoothly right here. We'll give you the view wide across the Coastal Bend. You can see lots of green here on the traffic map. So zooming in along 37, nothing too slow this way. We're doing okay even as we approach that crosstown interchange, and folks heading downtown for some Friday night entertainment. Around the crosstown SPID interchange, no major issues. Saratoga also not looking too bad. We're a little slow heading toward Castores, or heading to Weber from Castores, but nothing out of the usual. Zooming in closer, Weber is a bit slow between SPID and Saratoga. Staples, the usual slowdown. So be ready for that. How's the weekend looking though? I've got your weekend plans weather-wise coming up. All right, well, we're going to have a pretty hot week ahead. We'll get to your 7-day forecast in a moment, but here's a view of the radar right now. Some showers still holding on in our southern neighborhoods along the 281 corridor and in our northeastern neighborhoods. As we were pointing out earlier, there was a good downpour between Brooks and Kennedy County, but this is kind of falling apart a bit, so just some decent showers along both those counties, but we're just getting started. A lot of this activity has just started to bubble up here within the last 2 or 3 hours, and most of it has been in our southern neighborhoods, but there will be more to come into the overnight and for the start of our weekend on Saturday. Right now we're tracking very little across Live Oak, Bee, Jim Wells, Nueces, San Patricio counties. So where is the activity happening? Along Copano Bay. I-35 corridor is going to be a wet one between Rockport and heading up toward Seadrift, Oswell area. So if you're planning to head this way, just know you're going to need the wipers for that. But some good showers we're hoping will move across Copano Bay and bring some showers to our neighbors in Rockport and Fulton. I'm sure we could definitely use some out that way. Like most parts of South Texas, we definitely have some making up to do when it comes for the rainfall. Since midnight, we haven't seen a whole lot in the watershed. Unlike yesterday, where we at least had some pops of hope, we'll call it, in the watershed. Not much has fallen there at all since midnight, but locally we have had some decent showers here and there. As I mentioned, the rain that's happening near Copano Bay right now giving a good downpour that is adding up quickly, and in our southern neighborhoods where the rain has really focused, we've had indications, radar estimates here showing we've picked up a couple of tenths, possibly as much as a ½ inch on the southern edge of Baffin Bay. So that's some pretty good news. Giving you the view outside right now from our CCAC camera at Snoopy's. It is a gorgeous view to watch these storms from afar, but feels like we're being cheated a little bit when we don't get the rain. Our friends on the south side did get some rain today, but we need a lot more. We showed you last week's drought monitor where we've got the worst drought in the state of Texas within our watershed. Well, this week's update had a little bit of hope in that regard where we've seen improvements, but locally, watch this yellow expand. A lot more of that abnormally dry. It's not technically a drought, but abnormally dry conditions progressing here. Now, the drought monitor cuts off on Monday, so it doesn't take into account rainfall on Tuesday, Wednesday, or that Thursday. So I think next week's update is going to have some pretty good news for us. Fingers crossed. If nothing else, the break from the heat is nice. We've got a scattering of temperatures as hot as 99 degrees in George West, where we feel like 103. Not much for rainfall there to help cool us off. But right now, it's 84 in Kingsville, where we've done better for the rainfall, and 77 degrees in Falfurrias. So that rain is definitely a gift in more ways than one. Taking the wide view across Texas, you can see these showers really span the entire coast of Texas, but that nice little bubble over the coastal bend, we would really like to have some rain. Don't worry, multiple chances on the way over the next couple of days because this frontal boundary is still parked in place. So as we head during the early morning hours on Saturday, our coastal neighborhoods will probably pick up on some more rainfall. A little bit of a break around lunchtime before more rain comes in for the afternoon. And then into the evening, a lot of that may be dialing back, but we can't rule out some early morning showers on Sunday too. So it's something I'll be watching for. Rain chances still look good this weekend, but we'll be tapering down to just some isolated showers into next week. If nothing else, the cool down is something we'll appreciate. Temps topping out a little bit below average in the lower 90s.
Trap, neuter, return. I'm Stephanie Molina in West Nueces County, learning what this method is and how it can help lower the outside cat population in South Texas.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Trap, neuter, return, which many know as TNR, is a method used to manage the outside cat population and improve a cat's quality of life. I'm Stephanie Molina, your neighborhood news reporter in West Nueces County, and I spent the day learning why some believe TNR is important and where you can learn how to do it.
They were vaccinated, ear tips, so that the community knows they're sterilized and they're healthy and they're home.
Anissa Beal is the executive director of Edgar and Ivy's Cat Sanctuary.
We're going to be teaching all of this stuff.
A nonprofit dedicated to TNR, trapping, neutering, and returning stray cats around the city.
Getting them in, getting them sterilized, taking them back to their property and seeing them like run, to their cat friends that are on the property. I'm like, I made a difference.
Beal recently trapped an entire colony of cats near the Corpus Christi Museum of Science and History along the bayfront. As a thank you from the museum officials, they are now letting the organization use a lecture hall this Sunday, August 24th at 2 p.m. to educate the community about TNR and show residents just how easy it is to do it.
So that they can take care of their little corner of the world. And if we all do that, we can all make a change. We can't do it by ourselves.
With thousands of strays and only a few people on their staff, Beal jumped on the opportunity to educate residents knowing cats multiply at a fast rate. According to Friends of Feral Felines, a cat can have up to 30 kittens a year.
We have seen a lot of neglect, a lot of abuse. People become frustrated because once you have this huge population, they become a nuisance. And people start shooting them. They start drowning them. We've seen them set on fire.
So that's why Beal says she wants to empower the community by teaching them how to TNR, making sure every cat with a home or without a home can live a happy life. Organizers of the event say anyone in the South Texas community is welcome to participate. Attendees can at no cost. In West Nueces County, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Stephanie Molina, Chris 6 News.
All right, Stephanie, thank you so much. And sticking with some animal news in Jim Wells County, they are reviewing a 100-year-old animal ordinance. Neighbors have concerns about animals roaming along roads and private property. And this morning, commissioners approved a measure to let voters decide on whether to change the law. However, Sheriff Joseph Guy Baker says the 1929 law only states cattle, horses, and mules.
It's a major concern for not only those people that their property is being damaged by these animals, but in my view, it's a very huge concern for road safety.
Well, Baker says his deputies respond to animal calls, but there's nothing that can be done without this vote happening in November. And surf's up, or should we say pause up, for this dog surfing competition. We'll show you which dogs rode the best waves next.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, Chris 6 News has teamed up with the Gulf Coast Humane Society all this week for the Clear the Shelters initiative. And we have some really cute pets that we want to go ahead and show you so you can bring them home. And today we're introducing you to Quinn. She is a 1-year-old Siamese who loves exploring and discovering the world. And if you're looking for a forever friend, you always can have her by your side. She's the girl for you. And if you want to adopt Quinn, head on over to the Gulf Coast Humane Society. That's at 3118 Cabinets Parkway.
Love those baby blues.
Oh, so cute, right? Now, if you thought Quinn was cute, take a look at this. This was the 10th annual Ocean Fest Surfer, get it? Surfer competition in Hawaii this week. More than 25 dogs and their owners rode the waves, some on their own and some as a tandem, all for the grand prize of a year's supply of Raising Cane's.
Not a bad deal.
I would totally surf with my dog for a year's supply of Raising Cane's.
I
Who
can
wouldn't?
imagine trying to get Cooper to the water. He'd be like, "What's happening? I don't know what's going on." He's just very panicked when
Yes.
there's like group things happening. He's like, "Whoa, I don't know what this is about." But he would take the fries, I would tell you.
He would take the fries and the chicken tenders.
Exactly. Well, if you're trying to take your pup out for a walk, here's what you need to know about the next couple of hours. We have some storms that are in the area in our southern neighborhoods, northern neighborhoods, but here in Nueces County, Corpus Christi, we're pretty quiet. Should be that way through the rest of this evening, though starting very early on your Saturday, could be some rain in the forecast. I don't think it's a washout this weekend, but you'll want to keep an eye on the radar if you have outdoor plans. We could really use the rain for sure.
All right, that's all the time for now. Thank you so much. We'll see you here at 6 o'clock.
Bye.